Faith, in honor of your move, would you like to be our candle lighter? Oh, okay. Wonderful. I mean, it's not wonderful. It's not awesome.
But thank you.
You're very welcome. Jackie, would you like to light our candles? Or
Brain is kind of, I come from acupuncture.
oh, okay. Then no. All right. I'm gonna have Leah do it.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not wearing the right shoes.
No, they have like legitimate.
No, I don't.
It's legitimate. Page 120. I'd like to welcome everyone. It's wonderful to see you. 120 in the brackets.
I wasn't sure if it was.
You can go ahead and start.
Ata Adonai.
Eloheinu melech haolam
Asher Kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechad likner shel Shabbat.
Sorry, I should have let you.
Oh, you're fine. I like finding keys. That's my specialty.
We're going to continue on page 128, singing about how beautiful this day of Shabbat is. It's the second song down on page 128.
Would somebody mind letting my mom in? Maya, oh, never mind. Hi-yo. Shabbat Shalom. Maya, Farayo. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Let's try that again. Maya Ferayon. Shabbat Shalom. Maya Ferayon. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Page 130 at the bottom. Please join with me. Come, let us sing joyfully to Adonai. Raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. Let us come into God's presence with praise. Let us raise a shout for God in song. For Adonai is a great God, the great ruler of all divine beings. And we're going to raise a shout and a song. For those of you who don't know the amazing Michael Duffy, this is Michael Duffy leading us in song.
I think I know everybody.
Page 138, we're going to sing Lechadodi.
Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, b'nei kabela. Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, b'nei kabela. Shamor v'zachor, b'dibor echad, ishmi'anu el chad yachad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, v'shem tziferet v'lichila. Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, b'nei kabela. Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, b'nei kabela. לקראת שבת מכוונך, כי מקור חברך, מראש מקדם נשואה. סוף מעשה ממש טובה תחילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת ונקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת ונקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בחורף קומי יורים, אורי אורי שתדברי, כבוד אדוני אל יניגלה. לך דודי רק כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, בא בשמחה ובצלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי.
You can be seated. Way ahead of me. Page 144, we're going to sing Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, אמן. ויעמד דברי חירותי וימלך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב במהרו, אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה ברכו, לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בעלמא, ואמרו אמן.
We're going to rise once again, page 146, Baruch Hu.
Yada lai lai lai, 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 yada lai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Am I prepared? Are you listening? Are you listening to my prayer? To my prayer. Do you hear my voice? Do you hear my voice? Do you understand? Do you understand? Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Le'olam Va'ed Le'olam Va'ed Yalla lai 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 Yalla lai lai lai.
You may be seated. Please join with me on page 149 at the top. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evenings flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Ama'ari v'aravim. Page 150, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amecha ahavta Amecha ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Hukim u'mishpatim Otanu lemadeta Otanu lemadeta Alchein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbenu Kumenu nasiach b'chukecha V'nishmach b'divrei Toratecha U'vishmotecha le'olam va'ed Ki hem hayenu Be'orech yameinu Ulachem nege yoma v'layla Nege yoma v'layla V'yachavatcha al tasir Mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael.
This coming week, we observe Kristallnacht, the night of shattered glass, November 9th. And I'm taking this reading from the old standby, The Gates of Prayer. And it's a lead-in to our Shema. The universe whispers that all things are intertwined. Yet at times we hear the loud cry of discord. To which voice shall we listen? Although we long for harmony, we cannot close our ears to the noise of war, the rasp of hate. How dare we speak of concord when less than 100 years ago, our people suffered Kristallnacht and Auschwitz? The intelligent heart does not deny reality. We must not forget the grief of yesterday, nor ignore the pain of today. But yesterday is past. It cannot tell us what tomorrow will bring. If there is goodness at the heart of life, then its power, like the power of evil, is real. Which shall prevail? Moment by moment, we choose between them. If we choose rightly and often enough, the broken fragments of our world will be restored to wholeness. For this, we need strength and help. We turn in hope, therefore, to a power beyond us. God has many names, but God is one. God creates and sustains, love and inspires us with the hope that we can make ourselves one as God is one. We continue singing that God is one, page 152. Please rise if it's your custom for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed.
You may be seated, and together we chant Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך כיום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Please join me at the top of 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. 158, sing mi chamocha.
La 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 hilo sefelel malchutecha ra'u v'necha lokei hayam lifnei Moshe zelianu ve'amru zelianu ve'amru Adonai lo le'olam va'ed Adonai lo le'olam va'ed Michamocha ba'elim Adonai Michamocha nehtar b'kodesh Nora tehilot sefer lev Nora tehilot sefer lev Ya la la ya la 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 Ya la la ya la 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 Ya la la ya la 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 Ya la 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 ya la 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 Did that trick I do with the students on Saturday mornings when I want them to sing louder. I go and I just hit the guitar. And they
So
sing, it
everybody,
does.
when you hear that, sing extra loud.
And sing extra loud. They get confused for a second. They go, oh, we're supposed to sing.
They're usually pretty good.
They're pretty good, yeah.
Well, we're going to continue on page 160 and 161 with our Hashkivenu. We're going back and forth between the top of 161 and the top of 160. Right? Unless
Yes.
you're going to do a different one.
I was going to do Let There Be Love.
Yeah.
Just the direct translation.
Yeah.
Okay. Let there be love. Top of 161. Understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Ashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ashkivenu, Shalom. Let there be love. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Ashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ashkivenu, Lishalom.
We're going to skip ahead a couple pages to 164. Adonai Sifatai Tiftach, preparing for our Amidah. Please rise if you are able.
Adonai Sifatai Tiftach Ufi Agite Hilatecha Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'chanorav El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'chonei Hakol V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imachot Umevi Gula Lifnei V'nechem Leman Shemo B'yachava Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah.
168.
Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayecha kol atah rav lechoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morich Hashem. Mechakel chaim bechesed, Mechayecha kol berachamim ramim, Somech noflim berofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umechayem emunato lishanei afar. Michamocha ba'al gevurot umido melech. Melech memit umechayem umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah l'chayot chakol. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kol. 170 atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh ukdoshi b'chol yom v'chalu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh.
We're going to continue silently at our own pace through page 180. You may remain standing or be seated as is your custom. Continue at the bottom of page 180, singing Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom b'Rama, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel imru amen. Oseh Shalom b'Rama, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel imru amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oh, say shalom bimrama. Oh, ya say shalom aleinu. Ne al kol Yisrael. Ne al kol yoshvei tevel. Imru. Amen.
I invite you to turn to page 371. We join together in prayers for those who are ill, those who are struggling physically, spiritually, mentally. We offer up our collective prayers for them. If you have someone whom you're praying for and would like to share their name, you can do that as I go through the room. In the back row? Okay, the front row? Aileen? We sing together in the middle of 371 these words of Misha Berach.
Sheberach avotenu mikol habracha lehimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Bisheberach imotenu mikol habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
I'm adding a prayer for all of those who dwell in lands where nature has really been a struggle. Last week, Jamaica and others in the Caribbean suffered through a terrible hurricane, and coming very soon is a typhoon to the Philippines. Ephraim has a friend who lives there. Avinu Shebashamayim, God of the upper worlds, allow all of those in the path of your power to find safety. God, you are Michaye Hakol. You give life to everything. Berachamim Rabim, with great compassion. Give compassion to them, give them strength, and all who seek to rescue them. And may they make it through these storms with safety. Amen.
Amen.
Our Torah portion this week is called Vayera. Vayera means, and he saw. It includes a story that all of us know from Rosh Hashanah, the binding of Isaac. But it begins a few years earlier. At the end of last week's portion, God makes a covenant with Abram, changes his name by adding the letter He, and commands him to circumcise himself, all the adult males in his household, and all future boys on their 8th day. And the newly minted Abraham does. So as we open this week's portion, poor Abraham is sitting under the shade of a tall tree just 3 days after his circumcision. He must be in a lot of pain, and probably on some kind of ancient painkiller, making him loopy. It's midday, and the sun is hot. Can you envision Abraham? His beard, this man who left all he knew. He's been a wanderer for years, has grown old, but he's still not fulfilled his destiny. Right now, he's miserable, hot, sweaty, in pain, wondering about his own masculinity, worried if he'll ever be able to have sex again, and of course, sure, he will never be a father. And suddenly, Abraham sees Adonai. Most of the classical biblical commentators say that God has come to visit Abraham, fulfilling a core Jewish value, visiting the sick. Abraham builds no altars and does not bow down, ouch, but he sees God, realizes the visit is happening. Seeing, really the name of this portion, is extremely important at this section of the story. Seeing and understanding something in a new way. Abraham thought of his future as not so promising. Though he has been renamed father of multitudes, right now he has just one son. And it was through his and Sarah's Egyptian slave, not exactly what they were hoping for. And then he sees. He's given a whole new perspective. Rambam, otherwise known as Maimonides, conjectures that Abraham is hallucinating most of this chapter. Speaking of hallucinations, and we're going to get back to Abraham, my mom's first yahrzeit is coming up. And I've been thinking about her a lot over this past month, recalling caring for her after she received a terminal diagnosis mid-October of last year. I was recently remembering her in her final 10 days when she had some hallucinations, which is pretty typical when you are hopped up on morphine and nearing the end. When she was bedridden, she wanted to get up and walk. She was asking and begging, but it was no longer safe for her. She had lost control of her muscle function as her brain tumor grew. She most likely wanted to get up and sweep the floor or put things away that were out of place or just be active, which was how she was always. I had heard a few days before from the hospice team that she would likely hallucinate. And you're supposed to try to go along with it in a kind of a yes and manner. So when she asked to walk around, I suggested to my mom that though she couldn't walk around, she could float around the room instead. And I did a kind of guided tour of her floating around the room, and she was mostly appeased. Another time she was very afraid, shouting at some demon or another, "Get away, get away." And I joined along and pantomimed hitting it and pushing it out the door. I did a lot of improvising and playing along in those final 10 days of her life, anything to bring her comfort. I wondered what part of her is seeing these visions. Was it simply chemical reactions in her brain? Or was it something more elemental as she neared the very end? Could it have been a different kind of seeing than we are accustomed to. According to the Torah, Abraham was open to seeing things differently from everyone else. He was able to perceive a God no one could actually see. He was able to see hope and vision that seemed impossible to fulfill, that he would parent, even when he and Sarah had grown old. Just moments after God suddenly appears to him as he's under the tree, just as suddenly he sees three men, or what appear to be three men. Abraham gets the message from these visitors that there would be a miracle, and Sarah would be pregnant shortly. This makes everything appear differently for them. Just a few moments ago, he was doubting his virility, and Sarah was sure she was too old for this. And suddenly, with this announcement, everything is different. Anything seems possible. The child they conceive, and which Sarah gives birth to and weans, allows them to envision a future for Judaism. Abraham, by now, is kind of used to having miracles, or in other words, he expects the very unexpected. What seems impossible becomes possible. So later in the portion, when God asks him to sacrifice his son Isaac, he goes along, because there must be a different way to look at what would be a complete fiasco. While on the mountain, at the last minute, we read, Abraham's eyes are opened. He sees a ram caught by its horn in the thicket. And he realizes and he sees that that ram can be sacrificed in place of Isaac. He perceives that this is what God intended all along. What does it mean to have one's eyes opened? I think new possibilities, new hope, new motivation to repair damaged relationships, which we thought were irreparable, new images of ourselves and the world, new opportunities, new goals. Last October, when I was with my mom in the hospital after meeting the neurologist who gave us the bad news that she had a large glioblastoma and that it would be fatal, my mom proceeded in a way that made the absolute most of her final strong days. Together with my help, she made a list of all the people she wanted to share this news with and to express her love and thanks for being an important part of her life. The list was some 60 households, starting with her sister, on to her grandchildren, her closest friends from the past 20 years, and going back to her dear friends from her 40 years living in Indianapolis, back to her college friends. She called them all, the cousins, the neighbors, the nieces and nephews. My mom was still a substitute teacher in the local high school in her town, Sag Harbor, until she got diagnosed. She subbed almost every single day. It was incredibly important to her, not only as income to support herself, but also for the social interaction and the sense of purpose. With her, I made a plan to go visit there and to say goodbye to her colleagues, the teachers and administrators. I had never been inside that high school before, but I imagined until we went that they were calling this 87-year-old every day to sub as kind of a favor to her, being a little bit paternalistic. I can imagine the kids thinking less of her due to her advanced age, as we would have done in my day, back before anti-bullying. But I went, and I saw the outpouring of affection and respect from the teachers, kindness from students, praise from administrators. And like Abraham, my eyes were opened. I saw it all very differently. They did not see her as anything but a gregarious, energetic, caring teacher. and it was one of the most moving days of my life. Though my mom was going to die soon, she did not pout or turn inward. She wanted to share her love with those about whom she cared before she was no longer able to speak. She looked a terrible diagnosis in the face, and her eyes were opened. She saw it differently from how many of us saw it. She found so much love and meaning in her life and spread it to others, even in her final weeks. People were distraught to hear her news, but very moved by her affection and bravery. This was not all just over the phone. Many people came to visit. One of her friends came over, and just the year prior, her husband had died of the same kind of tumor. She told us how she and their adult kids, about my age, all encamped together for the final months to be with him, or the final month. Her kids have high-powered jobs, and they took time off. It opened my eyes. I didn't have to rush back to work. I realized that was something I could do. She had such limited time, and I did. I was with my mom for most of the time for her last 5 weeks, and it was such a good decision. I will never regret it. I'm an optimist most of the time. It's just my nature. So when I experience bad news and challenges, I try to find in them opportunities. It does not always work, but I like to try to open my eyes to the unexpected, to the positive. So did Abraham. Even though it must have felt like a cruel irony that God renamed him father of multitudes, though he and Sarah hadn't been able to conceive, and though he was supposed to be a patriarch while he was old and then had this strange surgery, he could envision being a dad to a son who would carry on his legacy. This relationship between God and Abraham and Sarah can help us understand that as dire as things seem, we may be able to turn our vision, just take a little twist, and see our fate anew, redefine our life, our purpose, and our goals. Openness is the key. Keep your eyes, your heart, and your mind open, and sometimes you can expect the unexpected. We continue with Aleinu, page 586. Leslie, would you like to open the ark, please? 586, if you're able, you can rise.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגוייך רצו, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם מלכנו חכם, וגור עלינו ככל העולם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי ממלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר וחיה אדוני ומלך על כל הארץ ליום ההוא חיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. It was 30 years ago this week that Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin was assassinated on November 4th, 1995. And as we remember so many others, so many in our hearts and in our congregation, I invite you to also remember his strength and his vision and his courage. As I was looking through Gates of Prayer that I read from before, which I love, I found this reading. It's apparently attributed to Albert Einstein, though I couldn't really verify that. But it's towards the back of the Gates of Prayer. And I thought this was, in some ways, fitting to remember Prime Minister Rabin. The astonishing thing about the human being is not so much his intellect and bodily structure, profoundly mysterious as they are. The astonishing and least comprehensible thing about him is his range of vision, his gaze into the infinite distance, his lonely passion for ideas and ideals, for which he will stand till he dies, the profound conviction he entertains that if nothing is worth dying for, nothing is worth living for. May his memory be a blessing. We remember all of those who perished on the night of Kristallnacht, and we remember those nearer. We remember Ronald Myers, father of Danny Myers. We remember Edna Domro, Pauline J. Goddard, Richard M. Haydak, and Rebecca Kaplan. If there's anyone else who has a name.
I missed yard sites for my mother and Laughlin and Steffi and Jim's aunt Ellen.
Yes. We read her name last week. Larry Newmark, yes. I don't know why he's not on there. Our thoughts are with all of them as we continue on page 598. For those observing a yard site and saying Kaddish, for those who have no one to say it for them, and all those whose custom it is to stand, we rise for Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chai echon u'vyom echon, ufchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yamru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevorach le'olam ulamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudasha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace bring peace to all who mourn. And together we say, amen. You may be seated. We have a couple of announcements. Why don't we start, Leslie, with yours?
A week from Sunday, we're going to have our Rosh Chodesh gathering with the KI Rosh Chodesh group has been invited, and we're hoping this will be the kickoff to a series of Rosh Chodesh gatherings.
Say it 5 times, Fred.
Going, stay tuned for a message about needing to plan futures. But on a week from Sunday, November 16th at 2 o'clock here, Barbara will be presenting, talking about the inspiration for her book, her grandmother's immigration journey, and we just found out that Karen Weiner, our wonderful longtime friend and genealogist, will be with us for that as well. And people are invited to share some of their own immigrant stories and maybe some family pictures. So the flyer for that has been circulated by KI. There are some out front, and it's also been in our weekly email. So I hope everybody will come out and we can get our Rosh Hashanah group back up on its feet in a lovely way.
Yes, it should be great. Also, a week from tonight, we're going to be having a dinner after Shabbat services. The services will be led by myself, along with Josh Cutler, and we're going to be celebrating the holiday Sigd, the Ethiopian holiday that has been now really part of all of Israel's kind of holiday fabric. It's a holiday that prays for a return to Jerusalem. It happens 50 days after Yom Kippur, and I'll tell you more about it next week. So if you haven't signed up yet, you can email the office, you can call the office, you can, somebody told me this thing wasn't working.
I tried.
Okay.
Maybe it was mine.
Okay, well, I'll try again and I'll send you all out. I'm going to send an email on Monday. So, and I don't know, all kinds of other things are happening. Keep your eyes alert. We're going to.
Another announcement.
Another one, yes.
So, because we brought up Krishna on November 9th
Mhm.
tonight, and we brought up hope, I want to bring up that on November 9th, 1989, that was also the day that the Berlin Wall was
That's
knocked
right.
down.
That's right.
That was actually the day I was born, so that's
Yeah, I remember that day. I remember the day. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. We're going to close, I think, with Odiavo Shalom Aleinu.
Yes.
Oh, yes, please, Michael.
I just learned about last week, look forward to. Professor Gates from Harvard University, and Emmy Award winner for his Finding Your Roots movement, began taping last week a new program on the coalition between Jews and blacks,
Really?
underscoring the civil rights movement in the 19th and 20th century, and how that movement was so intertwined that for many years, the presidents of the NAACP were Jews.
Right, right.
That program will be broadcast sometime in 2026.
Wow, thank you for letting us know. I'm looking forward to that. Any other announcements of good and welfare and other happenings? Then let's sing Odiavo Shalom Aleinu. It is on page, I don't know, I lost my page.
Somewhere.
It's somewhere in there. I'll find it in one moment. I don't know if I'm ever going to find it.
Oh, yeah, there is no page number in there. Somewhere in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'll pick it up.
I'll look it up.
O Devo Shalom Aleinu, O Devo Shalom Aleinu, O Devo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. O Devo Shalom Aleinu, O Devo Shalom Aleinu, O Devo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam. Salam Aleinu Ve'al Kol Ha'olam. Salam, 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 aleinu ve'akol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Odivo shalom aleinu, odivo shalom aleinu, odivo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Odivo shalom aleinu. Odivo shalom aleinu, Odivo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Salam, salam, aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, 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 aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, ve'al kulam.
Thank you so much, Mike Duffy.
Thank you.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Please join us for our Kiddush upstairs or up elevator. Thank you.